Good morning, guys. It's a brisk Monday morning here. Just put the kids on the bus and we're getting settled. Had a pretty good weekend. So at the free day and at yard sales. The season's winding down here in Canada. I did a video on the weekend about the video game market kind of taking a dip and crashing. I get some good comments on it. I had some negative ones. That's to be expected. People don't like resellers and stuff like that, and I totally get that. And I'll tell you where I'm coming from. First, I just wanted to say thank you guys for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, I do a little bit of reselling. I'm a video game collector. That's pretty much what the channel is about. If you are liking the videos, please like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate it, guys, and let's get into this. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty slow, guys. It's fall in Canada. It's to be expected, and you know, after you hustle all yard sale season, you know, it's nice to have a little bit of a break. I wish it was a lot longer, but we can't have everything, right? So let's go see what we got. So first of all, here, I picked up this stack of movies and games. I paid $20 for it, and I think there's about 22 here. She said $1 a piece. Grabbed them quick. I handed her a 20. I said, just a second, I'll get you your toonie here. And she's like, no, that's okay. I was like, okay, whatever. So nothing too expensive here, guys. The horror stuff I like to get, and now these aren't huge ticket items, but they are sealed, so you never have problems sending them and shipping them or complaints or anything like that. So, ooh, this says not for sale, promotion only, so that's interesting. I might have to keep that in mind. This might be worth a little bit more. Sometimes these have a little bit more value with collectors. But anyways, these three are all new, sealed, and as you can see, they're just horror movies, guys. No big deal. There's a couple games here. We have Splinter Cell and Skate 3, and then, you know, Nightmare Street, Cabin Fever, Ghost, Boogeyman, and this is the Crazies. I've sold the Crazies a few times, and people like their horror stuff. And then the Wiggles, these usually sell okay, guys. If you find the Wiggles out, some of the Barney stuff does pretty good. Barney seems to do better in VHS for me. You can let me know in the comments below how it does for you. And then the classic wrestling DVDs and a lot of the VHS do well. Wrestling fans just like their physical media, and that's cool. I will post this up. I'm sure it'll sell. I don't think it'll be like super expensive, but you get a few bucks for it. Games we picked up: Godfather, Godfather 2, a couple Kinect games. We have the original Xbox games. I'm going to go through these, see what I need, see if there's any upgrades. I always keep these when I find them, so when I'm completing consoles, I have a copy of it. And I think I picked this one up recently, and I don't think I have both of the Lord of the Rings, and I probably don't have that one or that one either, so no big deal. Not super expensive games. I think the Godfather ones are probably like, you know, $15, $20 games or something like that. I'd have to double check, though. These here are just my eBay orders. I got to get those sent out this morning. This is a condensate pump. It was brand new. It was on the side of the road, free. These CCM men's hockey skates, they're size 11, very common size. This stuff I put on Marketplace, I'll let it go super cheap. Just don't want to see these going in the dump. I don't think these were ever actually used, guys. Picked up this little thing. Now, if you're like me and work in your garage a lot, you're always needing nuts and bolts and stuff like that. So this was also free, so I picked that up. Picked up this brand new I think it's a turkey pot or something. Marla wanted it, so I mean, maybe we'll use it this year for Thanksgiving. That's coming up soon, right? I picked up this Bushnell telescope. Now, the box is crappy, brand new and never been used. It just needs to be put together. Now, we'll probably just keep that for the kids, guys. That's the plan on that. Picked up a bag of VHS. I got to go through them. They're probably not worth anything. I will probably just end up donating most of those, to be honest. Just picked up that spool of wire. Skill saw. I already have a couple skill saws that are battery powered, but sometimes it's nice just having the electrical one just because they have a little bit more oomph to them. We picked up this folding table. You know, it's got paint on it, but it's perfect for yard sales. We usually have a yard sale every year, so instead of spending $40 or $50 on one of those tables, easy peasy, right? So anyways, got everything here. $20, a little bit of gas, hung out with the family, had a good day. Complaints there. Some of this will go in the collection, some of it will sell, we'll get our money back, and we'll keep this collection going for free. Now, as I was saying at the start of the video, I did get some not rude comments, but just don't like reselling, and I think a lot of it stems to what's been going on YouTube and stuff with these big creators buying up all the inventory, inflating the prices, and then selling them on Amazon for a huge price and stuff like that. And I just have to say, I'm not a huge fan of that. I personally started reselling stuff about 2 years ago because I had to start liquidating stuff from an estate. I really didn't have much of a choice, guys. There was just so much, and it was stuff that you don't want to just get rid of and donate. Was some monetarily valuable things, you know, not huge valuable things, but, you know, DVDs, tools, you know, just whatever. There's just so much stuff. So that's what got me started on this. And then last summer, you know, I bought and sold stuff just to increase the collection that you see behind you. But you have to understand, I'm not a huge reseller. I don't resell a lot. You can see those 3 packages are the only things I have going out on eBay this weekend. Most of the stuff I have listed, my listings have stayed pretty much the same for about a year. I haven't really increased them that much. So I'm not really buying a whole ton of stuff. Just enough to make some money on the side to, you know, help with the habit, and some extra money on the weekends for us to do stuff with the kids. Now, a lot of the stuff on the shelves and in the boxes I have had for years, guys. It's not as though I'm just going out and buying everything I see and I'm hoarding this stuff, because I'm absolutely not. The Xbox games and the 360 games, most of those were from myself and my brother when we collected, and I've just kept that going. You know, the Genesis games, a lot of those I have started recollecting again. Same with the Xbox One games and the Intellivision games. A lot of the consoles and things you see on the wall is stuff that I've amassed over years and years. It's not like I just went out and bought them and, you know, I'm buying everything I see. I just don't. If it's not the right price, I don't buy it. And, you know, if I have 3 of one thing, I'm not going to go out and buy it. And you guys know, if you've been following the channel, I've actually been trying to thin out some of the extra consoles I have. I really would just like a nice boxed console version of each thing, and not, you know, have three loose consoles and stuff like that. So to me, what I've been doing is trying to sell off the excess to buy just what I want and not get too crazy with this. Tim and I did go through a phase where we bought everything. Like, we would buy it, you know, put it in our collections, sell a little bit, but a lot of it was just the shovelware. We've been getting rid of a lot over the past year now, because what the hell are you gonna do with all that stuff, honestly, especially the shovelware type stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't mind shovelware on the Xbox and the 360, you know, the Genesis. Those are my 3 main go-to consoles. But, you know, Wii stuff, PS2, PS3, I don't give a crap about that, guys. I really don't. I've never been a huge newer Nintendo fan or a PlayStation fan. I'm an Xbox and Sega kind of guy, so it is what it is. I'm not going to get too wild in it. Going over the comments, I do understand why people hate resellers. They don't like that I have things in totes here, but sometimes you just don't have the space to put this on shelves. I wish I did, guys. I used to have a dedicated office, but after we had our son, you know, we needed that bedroom for him. So it is what it is. This will sit here for now, and we're not going to worry about it. And I'm happy storing it like this. Yeah, I would like to have shelving and stuff, but I really don't care. It's not a huge priority to me. I have the stuff. I'm going to keep it. I'm not selling it. I'm in it for the long haul. We've been collecting for years, you know. We've been into this stuff since it came out. Now, we've had our ups and downs where, you know, you're really interested in it and you're not, but we still are just collectors at heart, guys, and you have to understand that. I'm not a big reseller. I'm not making tons of money reselling. The reselling is just a byproduct of buying all this stuff. And keeping what you want and getting rid of it. And honestly, at this point, if you are a collector, you really don't have a choice. You either buy and sell, or you spend a shitload of money trying to collect this stuff. And that's the part of it that really sucks. And trust me, if we could go back, you know, 15, 20 years ago when this stuff was at yard sales, you know, you pick up cartridges for $1 each, or a Nintendo with 5 games for $10. I would totally prefer that than having to buy and sell just to buy stuff for my collection. That's the shitty part of it, and I really hate it, honestly. Now, that being said, this is not going to be a long video. It's not a rant. I'm going to do a video about why people do hate resellers. I'll put some examples in the below, and I'll put in why I dislike a lot of resellers, because a lot of them are scummy, they're pricks, they're pushy, you know. So I'll do a different video on that. This is just a weekend recap and why with my collecting and my thoughts on you know, some of the comments I get in my videos. But as always, please like, comment, subscribe. I love to hear your input. I do engage even with negative comments. It's not a big deal either way. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.